Welcome, welcome. No need to ask. Gist day? Just sit down, relax, because Gist Day. Gist Day is a series of fictional short stories narrated and voiced by Eclipse and Cassie. Episode 6, Ransom Wahala, Part 1. There's a pidgin English saying, Wahala be like bicycle, because they hard before it start. Also, there's an Igbo saying, that onara huyarawaho, which means that it's never difficult before things become difficult. This is a simple truth that Bolanle and Kazeem will soon come to realize, but for now, our Ibadan Bonnie and Clyde are seated in their living room, staring at each other with eyes covered with anxiety and adrenaline coursing through their veins. It was an old two-bedroom house, passed down to Kazeem by his father and his father before him. The room was poorly lit, cloaked by the damp smell of wet rug and semi-darkness. The only source of light was coming from an old television set that illuminated the room with shaky footages of NTA news. It be like saying, now you go call them, Mo, Kazeem said, with a shaky voice. Ogbeni Koshi Jare, Bolanle responded immediately as she sternly reminded him of their plan and agreement. She was responsible for providing intel and setting up for the operation, but he was responsible for its execution along with client management, or in this case, a phone call. One of many to come. A heated argument erupted between them, with Kazeem on one side insisting that Bolanle should back off and stop putting pressure on him, and Bolanle on the other side yelling that he needs to man up, grow a pair and handle his responsibilities. Back and forth they argued until their quarrel was immediately cut short by the smell of burning beans that suddenly made its way to the living room from the kitchen. Ah, Bola, now one night food they burn so, Kazeem exclaimed. Bolanle dashes out in a hurry as she shouts back at him, Oh yeah, start they call them now. Kazeem pulled out his phone from his pocket. It was an early model Infinix that had clearly seen better days. With a cracked screen and its casing held together by a rubber band, his phone was perhaps the only thing in his life that was still working. He pushed the unlock button on the side of the phone, dials out a set of numbers from a piece of paper. Hesitating to hit the call button, he just stood there, staring at the screen with a million thoughts running through his head. His hands were shaking, palms became sweaty as his heart started to beat faster. He was nervous, but Kazeem had every right to be nervous. Everyone gets a bit of cold feet on their first day at work. So why should he be any different? I mean, it's not every day you get to kidnap a local government chairman in Oyo State and have him tied up in the self-constructed basement of your two-bedroom apartment while you're saddled with the responsibility of calling his family to demand a ransom. Omo, Kazeem said as he pushes the call button.